Hey, it's the Red Weekend, and today there was a school shooting in Texas. And as much as this is a tragedy, what this is what you're going to see. You're probably going to see it in the news today. You may see it tomorrow. They may use it for gun control, which they usually try to. But the problem is, it didn't fit the media's narrative. And you're going to be like, well, it's a school shooting. What do you mean it didn't fit the narrative? Because they always want to push the whole identity politics stuff. And they want to make it seem that the shooter's always white. And what happened in this case? So the alleged shooter is this kid. Now I'm curious if the kid's 18. This doesn't look like a picture of an 18-year-old. I wonder if this is an older picture of him. But yeah, so I mean, he's an 18-year-old. So um like I said, it's going to be in the news because they already, they usually, bleeds, it leads. So it's there. They want to bring in the story. And so, yeah, so of course they're going to want to be like, okay, let's get ready. Let's get ready because we want to push gun control. We want to push gun control. And then it's like, oh, it's a black shooter. You think I'm bullshitting? Did you hear about there was a school shooting last month that the media chose to ignore too? And it goes here. Here's the story about a 15-year-old arrested in Newport News high school shooting. Another shooting where the shooter was black. So why? So they don't, so it's not as much in the news because um they can't sensationalize it as much as they can as when they use the identity politics when it's a white shooter. Just like this, there was this church shooting in Texas years ago. When was this? This was 2017, I think 2017, because I was living in Texas at the time. And this was on the news for a little bit, but the only news organization that had the hero was Fox, because I think so, because like CNN didn't have the guy, because the shooter was confronted by an ex NRA instructor with an AR-15. So this is something where it goes here. When the guy was coming out of the church, he was confronted by this guy, Stephen Williford, a local resident and former NRA firearms instructor who was armed with an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. Williford was taking cover behind a truck and shot him twice. That wasn't the big part of the news because it doesn't fit their agenda. And each news outlet has their agenda. It just depends if they're honest about it. They pretend to be objective when they're not. So is this school shooting tragic? Yes. Is it gonna are they gonna use it for gun control? Maybe. I don't think so though. I think that it doesn't fit their sensational uh agenda, because they would have loved if it was a white shooter and it wasn't. And they would have loved that people died, but people didn't. Just looks like so far it was a fight between kids. And you know unlike when I was growing up, the worst we got was maybe like knives. But usually, you had people just fight it out, and you don't get that anymore. Kids don't want to fight; they want to, go straight to a weapon. Can you do? But we'll see. We'll see what the next couple of days holds, and see uh, which way the media is going to want to take this. I just wanted to make a quick video about it, just because I thought it was I thought it was interesting that it was headline news, and then now it's quiet again. So I have a feeling they're just going to let it they're going to let it die, because nobody died, and like I said, the shooter wasn't white, because that's when they want to sensationalize it, when the shooter's white, because I don't know. Like I said, identity politics, because it's easier for them to make it worse when it's the white shooter. It's like, ooh, because Latinos and blacks, we don't shoot people. I know Latinos, we have a reputation for stabbing people and cutting people. So, um, you know, what can I say about that? But yeah. So, I mean, let me know what you guys think. What do you think the media is going to do? What do you think this administration? You think this administration is going to try to use it for gun control, or they're just going to wait for a bigger event, um, or false flag? You never know nowadays. Um, but they could use this as a distraction. But like I said, already I could see from the news coverage, it doesn't look like they're going to keep going with it. But I could be wrong. Let's see how this ages. But like I said, give me your opinion. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. The Right Rican, you could I post on YouTube and Rumble, and you could follow me on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Gab, and Telegram. All right. With that being said, have a good one.